Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I am Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Office Bloke Daz.
Together in a room, all three of us make the Office Blokes.
Yep.
Sometimes we're in separate rooms. Sometimes we're in separate buildings.
Sometimes we're all hid in the toilet together.
Well, we're not hiding. We're coming
Same
out.
toilet.
We all come out together.
That's where we hold
We're all
our
coming out
meetings.
together, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's where we hold our meetings, isn't it?
That's where we hold something.
It's the only place with enough seats.
First time we've called that before, but anyway.
We massively digress. Right then, visit the South from Walter's World. 10 things that will shock you about the South.
Shock you.
Shockers, eh? Yeah.
I am going to say that one of them, I suppose Southern hospitality is a famous thing, isn't it?
It's like a saying, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say he's going to say that actually everyone is really friendly in the South,
Yeah.
but it does have a reputation for that, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Yeah, it's like a pretty much widespread saying, isn't it?
It wouldn't shock you then, would it?
That's
No,
why I
it wouldn't,
backtracked
yeah.
on it.
Yeah, true.
Electricity?
Yeah, yeah. Is that when
See what you did there?
Is that when someone shocks you nuts?
Yeah.
Something that shocks you in the South. I mean, you've lived in the South.
I have.
So you may not find these things shocking, but when you first moved there, it was Texas, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't really class Texas as the South. I know it is the South, but I think...
But it's its own entity.
It's that big
It's a little
something,
bit
isn't it? In the
different,
South, is
yeah.
it? It goes
It's a bit
quite a
different,
way up,
yeah.
doesn't it, I suppose? But
So your southern states, your Alabamas, your New Orleans,
Yeah.
Louisiana, and all that kind of stuff. Places like that. But I wouldn't classify where I lived in Houston as the South, although it is.
yeah.
People tell me it is or it isn't. I don't know, but I wouldn't always sort of like use that as a phrase.
Yeah, no.
From what I gathered from the comment section, the Woodlands is a bit separate to all that anyway, and
Yeah.
that's like a lot of people were going, "Ooh, the Woodlands." That's what it was called, isn't it? Woodlands.
Yeah,
Is that what we're doing? Yeah.
Oh, where else?
They were going, "Ooh."
Where else were we going to live? Told where to live.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, let's find out what Walter's World. I was going to call him Walter then, but that's not his name, is it?
No, is he called Mike?
Oh,
It was literally the last video he said his name, and I went,
I wonder
"Shit,
where
he's not
Walters
called
comes
Walter."
from then.
Don't know. Is his name Mike? I think for some reason I've got him down as a Mike.
Right.
Maybe. Hey, Mikey. Yeah, seems
do.
about right.
Yeah.
Fits.
Hey.
Right, Walter's World. Visit the South. 10 things that will shock you about the South.
Travelers, or as they say down here in the South, hey y'all, Mark here with Walter's World, and we're in the hostess city of Savannah, Georgia. This is literally Jocelyn's favorite city in the entire...
Did he say his name is Mark Walters?
Yeah.
So that's Walters World. When you just said I don't know where Walters World comes from, then if that's not his name,
Mark
it.
Walters.
Yeah,
he used to play for Liverpool, right?
he did. He did.
world, okay? And it's definitely my favorite city to come to in the south of the U.S. This place is fantastic. And the thing is, the South in general is wonderful, from the food to the people and so much more, and you'll be shocked about how much you love it and some things that drive you a little nuts. And so we have for you today are kind of 10 things that shock tourists and travelers when they come to the South. Because your perception of the South from TV is probably going to be a little different than some of the things you actually see when you come here. So let's get started. Now, the first thing that shocks tourists when they come here is the Southern hospitality. Yes, it is truly Southern hospitality here. The people, they are friendly, they are helpful, they do go out of their way to help you, they will show you where the sights are, they will recommend the best restaurants, they will recommend the hidden gems. The people here are fantastic. They're friendly, they're helpful, they use their...
We'll just take a moment to enjoy that.
Pantera.
Oh, aye.
I also noticed that in the previous pictures, everyone was wearing green.
True.
I never noticed that.
Yeah. I'm just drinking it in for a second. That's the Pantera home videos. You see the 3 on the left. And
Yeah.
that was like the third home video was the first one I got that when I was getting into Pantera. And it's just like Jackass before Jackass existed.
Yeah.
But a metal band that are drunk doing stupid stuff. It's great.
What age was he there?
Nice.
Lead singer. 10. 10
No.
or 11. Is that not him?
No, it's not. It's Walter. He's lost weight.
manners. I mean, it's crazy. I live in the north, and I come down here, and people are like, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, yes, please. You know, everyone calls me Mr. Mark, and my wife is Miss Jocelyn, and my boys, they do their southern best. They say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, and everyone is like that here. And it really makes it a really fantastic experience with this politeness and this southern hospitality, and you just want to come back. She's like, dang it, those people are so nice there. And then the second thing that's going to shock you when you come down here is, look, just because people have accents doesn't mean they're stupid, okay? A lot of people have the stereotype that people in the South are dumb. oh, you have an accent, you must not have any education. They have some really good schools down here. People are intelligent down here. Just because they have an accent doesn't mean they're stupid. And that's one thing, when I talk to Southerners, I have great conversations, in-depth kind of things, and they're always like, why is it Northerners think we're so stupid? And that's the thing, is the stereotype you see about the South in movies and TV is all about these hillbilly backwoods people. Look, there's hillbilly backwoods people in Germany. There's that in China. There's that in the North. All kinds of stuff. It's just that stereotype and that trope is very popular to use about Southerners, and it's the farthest thing from the truth. The people are not stupid here. And the thing is, that leads into the third thing that'll shock you, are the Southernisms here. There are some very distinct Southern culture things here. Yes, there are some things here that are very definitely Southern, how things work, how people act, all kinds of stuff, but also how they talk. And the thing is, when you're thinking, oh, I'm making fun of these Southerners, these hillbillies, they don't know anything, and they go, oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart, you're such a wonderful person. Southerners know how to Southern you to...
If an English person said bless your heart, you'd be like, you patronising bastard. How dare you?
Bless your heart. I've never heard anyone say that.
No. It'd come across very patronising from us. But I think it'd be genuine now, wouldn't it? People would be saying bless you. It's a sweet thing to say.
People say bless you, they know, bless him, bless her.
When you
especially
sneeze.
for like, no, for like kids as well. If a little kid does something, I've heard, women so like, oh, bless him, bless her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll go with it. Yeah,
Patronising children.
They will be as nice to you because that hospitality, but when they're doing is actually insulting you because you're so off base on some things. So it is kind of funny when I'll see people talking and the Southerners will be talking, oh, bless your heart, that is so nice. And you're like, oh, believe me, if someone says bless your heart or bless their heart, that's basically saying, oh my God, these people are so stupid. Okay, so that's your Southern translation. Okay, so those Southernisms that are out there, that does kind of shock people, how people act, how they talk, some of the verbiage they use. So it is kind of a funny thing. And one of those things where the Southern hospitality and the Southernism really comes out is the food. And that's the fourth thing that shocks you about the South, is the food when you're here. Yes, they do fry a lot of food here. Yes, they use an extra stick of butter in a lot of things here. But you know what? It is worth it. The food here in the South is the best in the U.S. Yeah, you can have fancy restaurants anywhere, but in general, you can go anywhere. You will eat well here in the South. The biscuits, the fried chicken, the collard greens, the soul food you see, if you go to New Orleans and Louisiana, the Creole food, the Cajun food, the food here is unbelievable. And one of the things you gotta have, shrimp and grits, okay? You gotta have grits, which is like hominy, like a corn-based kind of porridge, and you put some shrimp in there, some cheese in there. Oh my God. Oh, shrimp and grits. It's fantastic. And the food here is amazing when you come here. That's why when you're in the South, make sure you ask your restaurant, ask the people you meet there, because the hospitality of the Southerners, they will tell you where you should go, and ask them, what is the thing I should really eat here? Where should I really go here? Savannah's kind of famous because Paula Deen was here. They're like, yeah, Paula Deen's got her thing, Lady and Sons. But what you really want to do, if you want to have some really Southern thing, go to Mrs. Wilkes. That's the better one. And people say, like, yes, it's still touristy, but you go there to those things, and you have the really traditional kind of stuff. You have the real pecan pie. You really have the amazing fried chicken. You do have all the fried green tomatoes and all those things. The food here is unbelievable, and you'll be shocked how good it is and how much weight you might put on when you're here, because yes, they do fry the have a lot of things here. Okay, and that leads into the fifth.
I watch a lot of programs on Netflix that are about sort of cultural food, and they're great. Netflix about making shows of going around the States and finding the little sort of shacks and the little the vans and things like that, and just making almost documentaries just about one dish, and it's absolutely amazing. I just sit there drooling watching the TV, and a lot of it's the South. A lot of it's the barbecue sort of stuff, the fish.
I always like associate like crayfish and crawfish and all that with the South. It's like things like that. But if I always say about going places, go and try it. It's you definitely need to go to the USA and try like certain places. But one thing I'd always say is Philadelphia for the Philly cheesesteak. You won't beat it. I went to an American restaurant the other day and they said, we've got Philly cheesesteak on the menu now, it's new. And I went, it'll be shit. They went, well, we've been told it's the best cheesesteak they've ever had. I went, who buy? I said, because Philly cheesesteak from Philadelphia is the bee's knees. I said, so, and he told me it was shit.
Was it?
So you're right.
For the most part, over here, we have cheap imitations of a lot of these things, and it'll be like Cajun-style chicken, but it'll just be like a little bit of a sauce that's put on something, and it's just generic shitty pieces of chicken that you get in any sandwich. And like we have a lot of that, so maybe we touch on spice palettes and flavour palettes a little bit from over there, but it's such a watered down version of it.
Yeah, it will be, won't it? It's just trying to impersonate other foods and other styles, other cultures, isn't it?
In
really,
the cheapest, easiest way, which is just
exactly,
get any chicken and go.
Yeah, if you want something authentic, you need to go to the countries normally, don't you?
I mean, I've had the Canadian food from here, from
Cowtown Grill,
and that's proper authentic Canadian food.
Yeah.
You know,
they're Canadian,
there is some American restaurants that I go to that as an American chef and it has people there, and the food is really, really good. But the one I went to the other day, the chef obviously wasn't American.
No,
I can tell.
Well, the service industry is different over here. To get highly skilled chefs in not like a proper Michelin star restaurant, you end up getting a lot of people that are transient and they move from one restaurant to another.
Yeah, it's
and they're like, I can
cook
cook
goes on.
Cajun food, or I can cook fish and chips, or I can do pug grub.
Yeah,
they kind of just do it all, don't they?
Yeah, I think that's what it's like.
But yeah, I need to go to the south and eat a lot.
Do it.
Eat a lot.
Thing that shocks people when they come down here is when they order the food, the portion sizes. Yes, I would eat my sweet tea like this with my free refills coming again and again and again, but the amount of food they give you, it is insane. You can understand how people could enlarge themselves on their vacation to the south because the food is great and the portion size to go along with it really is, insane. So if you're going to be traveling here, you got kids, you can order and share with them because there's going to be a lot of food to go around. And that southern hospitality, I'm going to have some rice and maybe some macaroni and cheese with it. And they're like, okay, they'll give you like a double helping and things like that. So it really is, the portion size just kind of blow your mind when you are down here. So be ready for it. Now, the sixth thing that'll shock you when you're coming down to the south is, well, one thing you need to know is you do need to drive around here to go see places. If you want to go to plantation houses or go between cities, the public transport ain't so good, okay? But, so you're going to have a car, you're going to drive around, and the driving here, it's a little frustrating. I don't know why, but I feel like in the south, everyone likes to drive in the left lane on the highway. You're like, dude, you're going slow, get in the right side. It drives you a bit nuts. But for a tourist like you and me, one of the things that's annoying about the driving part is the parking, because in the south you have a lot of these historic city centers, and of course if you got historic city centers, you're not going to tear down famous buildings to put up a car park, so it's really hard to find parking, and sometimes you're parking kind of far out. If you're going to a hotel, they have the valet, you give them the keys, they park your car someplace else, and so you're not having as much ease with that. So that is one of the things that will shock you is, oh my god, there's no parking, and when they do drive, oh my god, these people are crazy. And you will see, yes, you will see the Confederate flag sometimes on the front of their license plate, and you will see trucks with dangly man parts on them and things like that. You do see that here, so you see that other places too, but just be ready for the driving experience you will have here down in the south, because also in the south they like their NASCAR, their car racing, so fast driving is kind of the norm here, okay? So just be prepared for that. The seventh thing that's going to shock you about the South is the religion aspect of it. Yes, they believe in God, and their churches here are amazing. If you can go to a gospel church on a Sunday and see the people singing and all kinds of stuff, it is truly an experience. When you see people come out of churches dressed up to the T's because they go to church in a respectful way, I mean, it is like, wow, they really do believe, they really put a lot into it. And you might say it's like, oh, well, it's gods and guns. That's what the South is about. Well, yes, they do believe in gods, and yes, they do believe in their guns, and you will see, gun racks in the back of the trucks and stuff like that. But the seventh thing that's going to shock you is the true religion of the South, and that is SEC football. They love college football, okay? This is one of the things. Wherever you go in the South, people will have their UGA, University of Georgia stickers on their car, and in their garage they'll have University of Georgia posters, and their kids will be wearing Georgia gear or LSU gear or Alabama and things like that. Like, this is a true religion. In religion you can say, oh, are you Methodist? Are you Catholic? Are you Protestant? Are you Baptist? Are you Muslim? Are you Jewish? Here they're like, look, you can only have one religion, and in Georgia, you are a UGA fan. You are Bulldogs all the way. Georgia Tech people, oh, we don't talk to them. I mean, it is crazy. I remember I was in Alabama. I remember I was coming into Alabama, and they said, look, are you for Bama, the University of Alabama, or are you for Auburn? Because you get 30 seconds when you come into state to make a decision. You're either for Bama or you're for Auburn. I'm like, hey, roll tide, man, roll tide. But you got to know these things, and the people are really, really enthusiastic and crazy excited about college football down here. So if you get a chance, and it's a Saturday in the fall, and you can go to a college football game, even if you can't get to one of the big ones, it is quite the experience. It's something you definitely have to do, because people will be tailgating with beers and throwing cornhole and all kinds of crazy stuff, but they love it. And that's one of the things where you really see the passion that people have down here really comes out in their true religion of SEC football, okay?
I love that. I'd definitely go to a college game.
We've seen a few college football videos, haven't we? It's absolutely huge, isn't it, there? Absolutely massive.
I know where Yellow Wolf, the rapper that I sort of listened to and we've reacted to a little bit, considering he's like a rapper / skateboarder, like he was trying to be a pro skateboarder when he was younger.
Yeah.
So he's obviously like an alternative guy. He's covered in
5'6".
tattoos. No, but he's like
8'9", give up.
But if a guy looked like him in this country, you wouldn't associate him with being a big football fan or whatever. Yeah. You'd assume that they're like skateboarder or whatever. They're in that culture.
Yeah.
He's got Roll Tide tattooed on him.
Yeah,
I'll see.
Yeah, and it's like that. You look at a guy in this country that looks like that, you just don't associate him as being like you have to be huge into a certain sport or a certain team, and it does seem like everyone is just behind the college team. Like you've got to be. It's the law.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely huge.
Yeah,
it really is.
I like it though. I mean, it's so vast when you look at that stadium they just showed.
Oh yeah, it's huge. So you think it's a college, college football
plus, aren't they?
Stadium. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah,
really is.
So the 8th thing that will shock you when you come to Savannah is you're used to partying and having a great time, whether it's Mardi Gras in New Orleans or here in Savannah for St. Patrick's Day. You're used to having a good time, and a good time with liquor, whether it's a Hurricane in New Orleans, or it's a Chatham Artillery Punch here in Savannah. You do have your libations. They do like to drink here, and you will have a good time with that. But the liquor laws, dude, the South has some of the craziest liquor laws. Now, the U.S. has crazy liquor laws anyway, 21 to drink, and you got to look like you're 90 to buy stuff without asking for ID. But in the South, you come up with some really good ones. For example, here in Savannah, you can walk in the street with open liquor. Most places in the U.S., you go to jail for that. New Orleans, you can walk around with a plastic cup of beer, no problem, okay? But you have other places where they have really strict liquor laws, like dry counties. That's where an actual county, it's a part of a state, actually sells no liquor. Okay, so you actually can't buy any alcohol in that state, which can be a problem if you're going to, Kentucky Lake in Kentucky and you want to have a good time. Well, you got to bring all your alcohol with you because you can't buy it in the county, which is kind of crazy. Or, we don't sell any liquor on Sundays, or, we stop liquor sales at a certain time. So just know the South has some pretty strange liquor laws out there, but it's not just the South.
Happened to me in Tennessee.
Wow.
Went stay in some log cabin in Tennessee, and on the way down, I thought, just got a feeling this might be one of them dry areas.
I didn't know they had any like that.
Yeah. And then Gaynor sort of did a bit of research on the way down, and she went, it was right near Dollywood.
Yeah.
People might tell us, I can't remember the name of the place now, but it was like a really cool 3-story log cabin looking over the forest and all that kind of stuff, but no alcohol. But there was a vineyard there that you could buy wine, but you had to from the vineyard direct.
Okay.
But to drive to the liquor store in the next county was only like 5 minutes down the road.
Sort
of thing. So you just go there and.
But you can buy the wine as long as you promise not to drink it there.
Yeah, you just, you're not
going to drink it.
I think the wine. You've gone to wine tasting. We went on the wine tasting in the vineyard. I bought wine there, and
a few times.
We were only there a few days.
5th time doing the tour today, Dad.
Same day. Yeah.
Do you work here?
You'd end up being a tour guide, knowing you.
It's a problem when you get to that little cabin in Tennessee and you've got the shakes within about 10 minutes. Where's the wine?
You sat on a balcony overlooking mountains and forestry and all that. And,
you need a glass of wine.
What are you going to do? Just sit there and just stare into the abyss? Nah. Get shit-faced and jump off the top.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Yeah. Nice.
U.S. you can find these. I just find it happens more in the South than other places. The 9th thing that will shock you when you come down to the South is the weather. I mean, there's a reason why people retire to the South and they don't retire to the North, okay? You come down here because the weather is great. I'm here in February, the dead of winter, and it's 56 degrees today, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so cold.
What was that, St. Patrick's Day?
56. I mean, that's warm, okay? Like, I came from Illinois where it was 6 degrees. Okay, I'm like, guys, this is like summer. I feel so great. The weather in the South is fantastic, okay, when you come down here. And that's what's great is you can come and visit the South all year round and have relatively decent weather. Yes, I've got a quarter zip and stuff on, but it's a cold day, and this is all I have, okay? So you see these things out there, and the weather is great here, but I will warn you, the shock of the weather is when you first come to the South, and you go to a place like Charleston or Savannah, like on the coast where you get a lot of humidity and heat, moisture. When you get out of that airport, and the humidity hits you're like, oh, I can't breathe. That's what happened the first time I flew down to Savannah in August. I was literally like, I can't breathe when I got off the plane. It was crazy when I walked out of the airport. So that hot humidity in the summer can just be oppressive, but the rest of the year, the other 10 months out of the year, you're gonna love every minute of it, okay? So that's the 9th thing that shocks people is that weather, okay? That can be quite a wonderful or horrifying experience. And the 10th thing that's going to shock you when you do come down here to the South is the Southern pride and the Southern style. It is a different way of life down here, and the people are proud of it. The people do dress a little nicer here and there, and they're not walking around in their yoga pants. It's
footage from Dave's back garden. Actual footage.
Where's the shipping container though?
Yeah, well, that's it. It's just, I think it's green screen, but it's
I'd love to say it's not true, but
you know it.
There's a picture of me sat on my dad's knee when I'm about 2 shooting an air rifle, and like really nice sunny day, and it's a really like iconic picture in my family. And then a few years back, I recreated it with Oscar in my back garden. I know it's an air rifle.
Was he playing a drum?
No, he was shooting the air rifle. He was about 3 and he hated it.
Did he? Oh,
he hated it.
As you see other places, they do have that pride in how they dress, and you will see a seersucker suit here and there with people, and you will see people wearing that bow ties. But what I think is shocking in an awesome way about the South is their pride they have in their community and they have in their state. And it's not just, oh, I wear Georgia football colors because I'm from Georgia. No, the people really care about their communities, they care about their state, and they put their money where their mouth is. That pride they have shows when you look at their historic nature. I mean, as a tourist, that pride that the South has really shows and historic homes they've redone. Here in Savannah is a great idea. You walk around, you see the history, you can go see the homes, the Owen Thomas house, the Mercer house, you can go to the, Julia Gordon Lowe where the Girl Scouts started. They have these homes you can go visit and see so much, and you see that history, and they've taken the pride in it, in their towns, and they said that I'm proud of where I'm from. I want to, I was born in the South, I want to die in the South. That mentality, the thing is, look, I'm always going to be here. So they put that pride into their community, they put that pride into their state, and that's something that you don't get everywhere, and it really shocks people. Like, no, I love where I live, and I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to do what I can to make it better. And that pride they have is shocking because it comes into a great way as a tourist, and the historic aspects that out here and how they take care of their own people and their own community, and it's a great thing. Anyway, those are 10 things that I think might shock kind of international tourists or even American tourists when they come down here to the South. It is a fantastic place. Whether you're going to the beach cities of Wilmington or you're going to the historic place of Charleston, Savannah, and New Orleans on the coast, or you're going inland, going to Oxford, Mississippi and see Ole Miss, or going to a game at the University of Alabama. It's a really great place to go. Natchez, Mississippi, with the houses there, oh my God, it's just gorgeous. And that's just one of the things. No matter where you go in the South, you will be shocked about a lot of things. And I really hope you have a great time. It is well worth visiting. If you want to know more, 10 places to see in the South, 5 things you love and hate about the South, they're all on our website at waltersworld.com. We're also
nice.
Yeah. Very good. Excellent.
He's very informative, I always think.
He knows what he's talking about, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He definitely does.
But there's nothing, when I go places, nothing ever shocks me, I don't think. I'm never thinking, wow, I didn't know, I'm shocked. Like how, your hospitality is or whatever it is. I go with no expectations.
Open-minded and, it's probably it's always the best way, isn't it? Yeah. To go there, make up your own mind sort of thing.
Yeah, you want to, when I want to go and try and meet as many people as I can that are local, and get a little bit of history about the place. Let people tell me their stories. Yeah. Especially if you sat in a bar and stuff like that, it's always good to hear locals telling a story of what they're going on about.
Yeah.
But then go and see the sites that are there, any museums or anything that's historical where you want to go to get a feel for what it used to be or what how it was. But and then try the food. It's one of my biggest pet hates. We talk about on one of the other channels is when you go Brits abroad.
Yes, embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing, because they just tend to stick to, I want my English breakfast, all day breakfast, and I want this. And they want home from home, and I don't think that's good enough.
You find the nearest Irish bar you can find because it serves local lagers and everyone speaks English. You have your full English breakfast, and then you'll try and find fish and chips after that for dinner, and it'll just be like, 1 beer, por favor. Yeah. It's like fucking hell.
It's definitely a hangover from sort of like the 70s and 80s, sort of like package holiday thing, isn't it? Where Brits abroad and, going for, the same type of pub, Irish pubs and stuff, especially in like Spain and stuff like that. That's what a lot of it comes from.
It's a segment on what does my head in.
Yeah.
So have a look at that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.